All right, guys, so today is Wednesday, and you just completed the first day of the Math FSA, and you had this day 41 to complete on your own. And because I know that you guys have different schedules after you complete that test, we are not meeting today, so you're just going to watch this video to check over your work. So let's jump in and get started. Question number 1 is asking us how many degrees are in an angle that turns through 1/3 of a circle. So the first thing my brain likes to do is draw a picture, and I know that 1/3 means I'm dividing my circle into 3 equal parts. And I know that a circle has a total of 360 degrees. So I need to think to myself, these are each going to be the same size part. So what is going to be the measure of each of these angles? So I want to think to myself, how many times will 3 go into 360 evenly? Well, 3 does go into the first number right here, 3, one time. I see there are 2 spots or place values remaining, so I'm going to fill those with zeros. Now, sorry, I just wrote the wrong number. 3 goes into itself one time, but I see these spots, so here are my zeros. And that makes sense because 3 times 100 is 300. So now I'm going to subtract, and I have a 0 here and 6 remaining. And now I need to think to myself, how many times does 3 go into 6 without going over? Well, that's 2. And 2 times 3 is 6. But I've got this place value here with nothing, so I'm going to fill it with a 0. And now, I can think to myself, oh, that makes sense because 3 times 20 is 3 groups of 20. That's equal to 60. So now I subtract, and I have nothing remaining. I'm going to add my partial quotients over here along the side. 100 plus 20 gives me a total of 120 degrees. Now, if you want to check your work, if this were the FSA, this would be a great idea. Go back and fill in each section, 120, 120, 120. And think to yourself, if you were to add 120 3 times, would it be equal to 360? And you would find out that yes, it is. That's an example of checking and proving your work. So when I'm walking around telling you guys, make sure you check your work, this is what I'm talking about right here. Question number 2 looks very similar. How many degrees is an angle that turns through 1/4 of a circle? So now we are going to draw a circle and we're going to cut it into 4 equal parts. Well, right away you can look at that and think to yourself, oh, that looks like a 90-degree angle. Now, if you want to prove your thinking, just go ahead and fill it in for each of these 4 parts, and you can add 90, or some of you might even say, well, that's the same as 90 times 4. You know your basic fact, 9 times 4, that's 36. And then just add on your 0. 360 checks out. So each part, each angle that turns through 1/4 is going to be equal to 90 degrees over here on your response grid. Question number 3, moving right along. In this diagram, which angle is an acute angle? Angle ABC. So I'm going to look. Angle ABC. Well, that's an acute angle. That's correct. ABD. ABD. That's a right angle. That's wrong. ABF. ABF. That's a straight angle. That's wrong. And the last one, CBF. Oh, that opens up much bigger than a right angle. It's not quite straight, but it is definitely obtuse. A is the only correct answer. Let's look at number 4. Excuse me. This question is interesting. Which set of angles could form a triangle? Well, I know a triangle is a 3-sided figure, so let's look. 3 right angles. Okay, 1, 2, so I have 1, 2, 3. No. 3 acute angles. 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3. Yes. Let me look at the other answer choices though. This almost seems too easy. 2 right angles and 1 acute angle. Okay, 1, 2, There's my 2 right angles, then 1 acute angle. That's not a triangle. What's this? Extra line here. 1 right angle, 1 obtuse angle, and 1 acute angle. So 1 right angle, there it is. 1 obtuse angle, and 1 acute angle? Yeah, no, that's a quadrilateral. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so that's wrong. This was wrong. The only answer was B. Let's look at question number 5. Which type of quadrilateral, that's a 4-sided figure, always has all sides of equal length? So it always has all sides of equal length. Well, I know that when I think about this, a square, all 4 sides are always going to be equal length. A rectangle, no, because not all sides are the same. A trapezoid, no. That only has 1 pair of parallel sides. A parallelogram, no. This side and this side might be the same, but the only one that always has 4 sides is going to be a square. Flipping the page over, now we're on the back. Question number 6. Right up here we have a table. So we're looking at 2 figures, and we have to fill in the circles to identify the attributes or the description for each set of lines. So contains right angles. Well, I look at this one, I see right angles everywhere. This one, no. So it's only A. B, contains obtuse angles. This is an obtuse angle right here. So it's going to be this one. Contains parallel lines. Parallel means they're never going to meet or cross. That's obviously this figure in the first column. And then this one contains acute angles. Well, these are all right angles. These are acute. There's an acute angle right there. Right there. So that would be this figure. Question number 7. Which statement is true of all the figures in this group? So let's look. Rectangle, triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pentagon. Okay. They have obtuse angles. Well, right away, this has a right angle. This doesn't have any obtuse angles. That's wrong. They have parallel sides. This figure right here does not have parallel sides. There are no lines here that run parallel and they'll never meet or cross. So this is incorrect. They are quadrilaterals. Well, 1, 2, 3. That's a triangle. They have right angles. Here's a right angle. Here's a right angle. And there's a right angle. So the correct answer is D. Each of them have right angles. Number 8, more geometry questions here. Choose the correct term to complete the statement. A blank is a line with a single endpoint. So I know that a line goes forever and ever in both directions, but this one has a single endpoint. That's going to be a B ray. A blank is straight with no curve. It extends in both directions and does not end. Straight, no curve, both directions, does not end. That's a line. Last one, identify a right angle in the figure below. I don't know, I look right at this one and I see ABC right there. A, B, C. I don't know if there's any other right ones. Let's look. ABD. ABD, that's straight. ABF, that's acute. CBF, obtuse. A is the only right angle. All right, great job today. You guys are going to do a fantastic job tomorrow. Just keep up all your hard work that you were showing today, proving your answers, going back and checking your work, and you will do a fantastic job.